After the Attitude Era drew to a close, the WWE product became more sleek and modernised in various aspects of its presentation. The graphic looked very 21st century-ish. Entrance ramps and Titantrons became more sophisticated, and even the entrance themes sounded more polished. Some songs, however, could not keep up with the other upgrades being installed in the Ruthless Aggression era. While Basic Thugonomics and I Walk Alone were certified hits with the fans, other specimens of entrance music sounded bizarre, outdated, or just outright corny. Welcome to Honor Wrestling Club, and in today's video we'll be counting down the 10 worst theme songs of WWE's Ruthless Aggression era. And if you're new here, be sure to click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on any fun content here at Honor Wrestling Club. And I'd just like to welcome you to the club and thank you for choosing to spend a bit of your day with us here. So, without further ado, let's crack on with the list with number 10, Randy Orton's Babyface intro. After being on the wrong end of a Triple H ordered beatdown in August of 2004, Randy Orton shifted his persona from in-ring villain to a supposedly well-mannered babyface. While there were no discernible changes in Orton's wrestling gear, his entrance music had to undergo a sizable transformation, but it wasn't exactly for the better. The Legend Killer went from Line in the Sand, performed by the legendary band Motorhead, to an unexciting lackluster song called Burning My Light. Orton, a self-professed natural heel, had no love lost for this goody two-shoes theme. Fortunately for him, a song with the opening line, I Hear Voices in My Head, would come into existence in the late 2000s. In number 9, we have the Heidenreich theme. Remember the dangerous politics entrance theme? That's Heidenreich in a nutshell. To say that Heidenreich was a unique character would be a massive understatement. The former offensive linesman recited terrible poetry, drove a car into a hearse carrying The Undertaker, and joined the Legion of Doom alongside Road Warrior Hannibal. If you had any doubts about the singular infamy of Jeff Jarrett after a Venom overdose, you need only listen to his SmackDown entrance theme. Shortly after coming to the Blue Brand Institute, we have Luther Reigns. Hands up if you remember Luther Reigns? Well, when Kurt Angle was wheelchair bound for a number of months in 2004, he enlisted the services of a burly bodyguard. That musclehead was Luther Reigns, who had previously wrestled for WCW and Ultimate Pro Wrestling. Aside from SmackDown segments and matches in which he fought on behalf of Angle, Reigns hardly made an impact during his brief WWE stint. And the same can be said for his entrance theme, which may as well have been downloaded from the recesses of Jim Johnson's archives. It's slow metal music that never kicks it up a notch, a lack of progression that mirrors Reigns' at the time as a WWE superstar. In number 7, we have Simon Dean. If WWE Creative hands you a character to portray on their programming, you ultimately have to live the full experience of that persona. In the case of Mike Bucci, his marching orders in mid-2004 were to portray an obnoxious fitness guru who loved to showcase his infomercials. It was a no-brainer then how this character's entrance theme would sound like. Simon Dean's music could have certainly passed off as a tune from Home Shopping Network. While this entrance theme was consistent with the Simon Dean character, it was hardly music to the ears of fans who weren't quite receptive to Bucci's alter ego. In number 6, we have Deuce and Domino. To Deuce and Domino's credit, their personas were pretty well defined. Along with their rollerblades-wearing valet Cherry, the former tag team champions were a throwback to the 1950s culture, with an emphasis on Elvis Presley's mannerisms. This meant that the Deuce and Domino tag team would make their way to the ring as music of a bygone era blared over the arena speakers. Their entrance theme was, to put it simply, an old-school jukebox theme. Whether that intro had a place in WWE's 2007 product was up for debate, but for what it's worth, the Deuce and Domino sound lasted just a year and a half before their partnership exploded. In number 5, we have Mark Jindrak. Hands up if you remember Mark Jindrak. When wrestling fans examine the list of wasted potential over the years, they'll inevitably find an entry named Mark Jindrak. At one point, this impressive physical specimen was slated to join the Evolution stable. Due to maturity issues, this plan fell through, and Jindrak struggled to find his footing afterwards. He had a chance to do just that after WrestleMania 20 as well, when he debuted the Reflection of Perfection gimmick. Jindrak's music, though, did him no favours. This 2004 theme sounded like a mishmash of Goldberg's entrance, Randy Savage's entrance, and some obscure 17th century orchestra piece. In at number 4, we have Batista. Now, hold on everyone, this isn't his original. This isn't the classic one you're aware of. But if you've ever doubted that art imitates life, look no further than the evolution of Batista's entrance music. For a significant portion of his full-time career, the animal came out to the adrenaline-pumping I Walk Alone, which was performed impeccably by Saliva. However, before Batista busted out the machine guns with his entrance theme, though, he was saddled with a generic rock instrumental. It's jarring to rewatch WrestleMania 21 and watch an emotional Batista come out to this unimaginative entrance theme. Seconds after Motorhead played his opponent Triple H to the ring, that must have been quite embarrassing. At number 3, we have the Mexicools. When it comes to presenting foreign personas, WWE doesn't have a stellar track record. One example of the company's ineptitude in this regard would have to be the Mexicools, whose gimmick had more than one problematic detail. The trio's entrance theme was certainly an awkward piece of work. Right from the get-go, you hear the sound of lawnmowers, an unnecessary addition that brings to mind images of certain offensive stereotypes. Then, over Hispanic beats, the vocals kick in and leave you puzzled with lyrics like, "You're going to be working for me, so you don't want to get on my bad side, because everybody look Latino." The Mexicools song made it abundantly clear that not every Latino superstar in the WWE was going to be an Eddie Guerrero, a Rey Mysterio, or even a Chavo Guerrero. In at number 2, we have the tag team, The Dicks. Through your speakers when your parents and relatives drop by for a visit. And at number 1, we have the Spirit Squad. While cheerleaders certainly play an indispensable role in the context of educational institutions, the Spirit Squad had no real shot of being taken seriously as competitors in a pro wrestling company. To this day, Ruthless Aggression era fans will feel some sort of way when they hear the vintage pep squad music of that infamous group. Among the 5 members of that group, only Nikki, who went on to become 2-time world champion Dolph Ziggler, now known as Nick Nemeth on the independent team, carved out a career that was more than decent. The Spirit Squad theme, then, is a stark reminder of how initial WWE gimmicks can make or break a competitor. And there you have it, there's our list. So what did you think? Be sure to let me know in the comments down below. And if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, be sure to click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss out on any of our fun content. And be sure to share this around with your friends and family. They'll enjoy it. Go on, do it. And I'd just like to thank you until next time. I'd like to thank you for watching and welcome to the club.